Most of us think that when we get something, we'll be happy. But true happiness is when you give. The very purpose of life is to share the goodness with everybody around. And that's what Sangachatam means. Let's walk together. So we need to understand what is rest and what is activity. What is rest? That which enhances your energy, that which makes you feel fresh and alive, more vibrant, more centered, that is rest. That which makes you exhausted, that which drains your energy is activity. Both are essential. For the body and the mind, activity is essential. For the spirit, rest is not, rest is its nature. So when you're well rested, then your body and mind will perform better. On a gross way speaking, if you say, oh, on a weekend I've got nothing to do, I can sleep a couple of hours extra, or sit on the sofa, do nothing, be lazy, that may appear as rest, that may be once in a while, but that actually will make you feel more tired and lethargic and weak, if you have noticed. Also, sometimes you go for a run or walk, have a walk in nature, which may appear as activity, but actually it invigorates you. It makes you feel fresh and more alive, in fact, more clear in your head. So that by definition becomes rest. Okay? So all the spiritual practices take you towards rest from activity. Even if you think you may be doing so many things, but you are resting. You may be doing asanas, you may be doing pranayamas, but they are all come under the category of rest because they increase the level of energy. And you may be sitting and watching television for 4 hours, 5 hours, or just scrolling your reels on the social media. You may think that is rest and relaxation, but that just drains you. Anything that involves the senses will drain your energy. Okay, so have this in mind that we need to have a balance between rest and the more well rested you are, the better will be the quality of your activity. And see, this whole energy levels, when the energy is at highest, what dominates is the sattva guna. When the energy drops down a little bit, then it's the rajas. When the energy is lowest, then it is a tamasic quality. So the more energy you drain, where do we lose our energy? Thinking, worrying, speaking, planning, and being lazy. All these things will just drain our energy. Okay. And then all these activities which we are doing, silence, a moderate amount of physical activity, food which is eaten with awareness, and food which is qualitatively good, all these things, and the good environment, company of people, knowledge enhances your energy. Just speak knowledge with somebody, just share knowledge, or just listen to knowledge, how you feel more alive. Have you not noticed this? Just listening to knowledge, you just feel a little bit more alive. So this is important to be aware of what is rest and what is activity. And if you look at the scriptural story of creation, it starts with there is pure consciousness or Brahman, and in Brahman there is an aspect of this consciousness in which there is a desire arose to manifest itself in multiple forms, and that is called as the Purusha. And from Purusha arose what's called as the Hiranyagarbha. The Hiranyagarbha is the golden womb, the womb of creation, which we in common terms call as Brahma, the creator. And from Hiranyagarbha, what came out is called as the Mahat Tattva, the Mahat principle. From Mahat principle, what came are called as Tanmatras, or the subtle elements. And the subtle elements condensed a little bit more, and then they formed what's called as the gross elements. So our gross body, this physical body, is made from these gross elements. Our subtle body, which is the mind, memory, intellect, and ego, it all comes from the subtle elements of the tanmatra. Then what happened to this Mahat from which all these came? The Mahat manifests itself as the Guru principle, the Guru Tattva. On one side, you have got the Trinity. On the other side, you have got the material creation. In between that stays the Guru as the connection, as the link between the human and the divine. Appears like human, but embodies all the divinity. So Guru is not just a name and form. Guru is actually a principle. What you need to do, you just need to feel connection to that principle. It's just like the sunlight. It is always there, always present. You need to feel connected. That connection will, once the connection establishes, then the qualities of the Guru start avahana, what do you call, start happening, appearing in you. How a Guru will deal with the situation, you will be able to start dealing in the same way. And many times, if you are a teacher, you will realize that when you surrender and when you teach, many times, so many things you will say which you never thought about, which you never understood also. Just things come out of you. You just become a hollow and empty vehicle for things to move through, an instrument. Yeah. And that is the truth. That is the truth. When true surrender happens, then divinity moves through you. And you can see this everywhere. In some way or the other, divinity is manifesting in everybody. You see a flower blossoming, you see a child smiling, somebody sings very well, somebody talks very well, somebody dances very well. In all those things, God is expressing itself, divinity is expressing itself. You just need to have that eye to see. And when you see, when you appreciate, wow, so nice. When that comes, then you already acknowledge the divinity, that's, that individual or that thing. And then you should feel that instant connection. When you feel something which is so beautiful, you feel connected to it. If you don't feel connected, you will start feeling jealous. When somebody expresses something so beautiful, which you are not able to express, and if you don't feel a sense of belongingness with that quality or that person, don't think that that's divinity she's expressing in that person. When you see the divinity, you feel a tendency to bow down, to surrender to that quality. If you say, oh, if you don't have that, if you create a distance between yourself, then that same thing becomes jealousy. Do you see? So it's important to feel connected to the Guru principle in these simple ways, as you can see. And when the Guru, see the two things, Guru stays with you like a shadow. The moment you have acknowledged a Guru, the Guru is there with you all the time like a shadow. Two things will stay with you as a shadow. One is death, one is the Guru. Both are very good. When you become aware of death staying with you as a shadow, you become very alert, you become more proactive. A sense of urgency comes into your life. When you become aware the Guru is there as your shadow, you again become very alert. You become more responsible. You feel more grateful. And these things do not happen as a thought out process. They are spontaneously come up in. All the rituals that we do, all the photographs that we keep, they are only external, peripheral. At the beginning, you may need that until you feel that, that principle is external to me. The moment you start feeling that you are part of that and that principle is part of you, then all this becomes secondary. Do you see what I mean? So when you acknowledge a Guru, the Guru should move through you all the time. That wisdom should express through you, that gratitude. Most important is you should feel grateful for what you have received. Even in the worst situation, the Guru will say, oh, somebody else was sharing this story that a few years ago, in the earlier days when Art of Living was not that very big, 25, 30 years ago, um, Gurudev was flying from Bangalore to Mumbai, and the flight landed at 1 o'clock, and he only came out at 4 o'clock. because in some ways customs they held for something, and for some reason it was delayed. And when he came out, the devotees who were there, the senior people, some of them who were in very high positions in the government, they felt very angry. And how come this person held Gurudev for 2 hours in customs? Could he not? So whatever the usual drama that happens in the mind. And then Gurudev was actually telling them, sir, today I learned so many things. I know how all the customs work. I went to 3, 4, 5 rooms and I saw this, I saw that, how they do so many things. Do you see how the different way of looking at this? Somebody else is so frustrated and angry, and Gurudev is saying, oh, I learned so many things today, how the customs function. That is the Guru principle in every situation, not trying to see it my way only, just saying, oh, this is also another way of functioning. Life also works this way. And when that faith is there, that I'm connected to the Master, even though I'm going through some trials and tribulations, I know He knows. And this is ultimately for the best for me. There is no, Gurudev said, either you have Guru or you are miserable. You can't have both. You cannot say, I have a Guru and I'm miserable. When the moment you say I'm miserable, you have disowned the Guru. Your Guru has just been left in the photograph in your house. You are not carrying the Guru in your heart. So, a disciple is also called, there's a beautiful word called Antevasi. Antevasi means somebody who resides inside the Guru. A true disciple is one who resides in the Guru. You think Guru resides in me, I carry the Guru. The Guru says, no, I carry you. You stay in me. That feeling you should feel, that connection. You know, you feel connection to your children, to your husband, wife, parents, don't you? You don't need anything to, there is no process to feel that connection, right? You already feel connected to them all in some way. Even though you may keep photographs of them in your, the photographs are just like mementos. You don't need to have the photograph to feel connected. You don't even see the photograph most of the time. No? So that connection you need to have with the Master as well. And this is not something you can force. It's just become aware of how your life was before you came on the path and how it has changed now. What all has happened in you, what is happening through you, continues to happen. And then see the magnanimity, the turn that your life has taken. That is good enough. Every moment you feel, thank you. That thankfulness comes in. And that is all that is needed. The moment you feel that Gurudev is my shadow and I am staying inside him, that's it, khalas. No thing will bother you. You will sleep so peacefully every day. And with that, what happens? The Guru's ability to stay in the present moment happens to you. The Guru's ability to enter into Samadhi quickly also comes to you. They say the ability to Samadhi only comes through. This is grace. Grace is what? When you feel connection to the highest flows through you. It moves through you, and then you feel, wow. Hmm? And this is so simple. Just like you feel connected to your children, feel connected to the Guru. You feel connected to that principle. And spontaneously many things happen. Even you don't need to go to a Guru with your problem to ask Gurudev, this is what it comes through so many channels it comes through. So very unexpected channels it comes through. Yeah. When you are lost, somebody will show you the way. When you are hungry, somebody will feed you. When you are confused, somebody will take you in their shelter. All this happens. There's nothing to worry. You just have to ask. That's all. Somebody will be there ready for you. Recently, I think last couple of weeks ago, we went on a trip to Italy for a week. And it was all uncertain because we didn't know whether the flights were changing to every 2, 3 days, would get an email from the flight. Your flight has become this has become this. We didn't know what's going to happen. And on top of this, for 3 days, we had yellow warnings in Italy for rain. So as it turns out, everything went very smooth. For a week, we had a great time. All the things which we thought would be a problem for us was sorted. But one day where they said it's going to be really heavy rains, there was a bit of a drizzle in the morning. For half a day, it was all cloudy and drizzling when we were near Lake Garda. So one of the people in our team, they said, this one day it ruined our whole trip enjoyment. So it would, if it had not rained today, how nice it would have been. Take yourself a week back where we were. We didn't know whether our flights would go. We didn't know where would we get stuck in the immigration. We had 3 days of heavy rains predicted. So many things could have gone wrong, and half a day of rain. What is there to complain about? And it's also not, it was not heavy rain, it was, didn't disturb us. We did all that we had to do. It was just a bit of a drizzle. And then we went on top of the mountain. We couldn't see the views. It was cloudy, that's all. Apart from that, everything was fine. So that attitude, what I'm telling you is that attitude comes in you very spontaneously. That, oh, look, something, so many things could have gone wrong, could have gone much worse. But just see how everything was looked after. And this is very common. If you have lived in knowledge, you will see this small acts of grace, or you can call these are siddhis basically. The power of your sadhana is yielding fruits like this. You may be traveling, you may be driving to go to Kriya, maybe a little bit late, and suddenly you will see that all the traffic lights start getting green as you drive through. Have you not had this experience? Yeah. You are going somewhere, they say, oh, it's so difficult to find a parking space in that mall, and you are going at the peak. At the moment you enter, somebody will take their car out, so you can go and park. Just need to have the eyes to look at this, how you are looked after, how well you are looked after. Even small things are handled for you. In my house, there was a bougainvillea tree. You know the bougainvillea tree, the pink flowers. Yeah. That was planted by my father when they bought the house, which was maybe in 1970s at that time. And that tree grew so well. We had two-floor house that it was going up to the third floor. It was a huge, big, long tree. And when we recently, maybe 5 years ago, when we redid the house, when we demolished the old house and rebuilt the house in the same place, I had very clearly told even the architect and everybody, you need to make sure the tree survives. It shouldn't do it. But as it happened, they chopped it off. Okay. Nobody listens to you anyway, unless you are staying there. So it was all done and dusted. It was all chopped off, and they put foundation, and that's gone. The tree was gone. It really, for a year, it hurt me. It kept on, it kept coming to me in my dreams and all. It was just like it was there before I was born in that house, that tree. And now you see, I'm in a compound in Riyadh where it's literally like a bougainvillea forest. Every house has 3 bougainvilleas here. You look around, bougainvilleas and bougainvilleas everywhere. So somewhere you will feel that all your desires, however, they may take a little long, but then they will all come, and they will get manifested, some in one way or the other. So it's very essential. The guru is always connected to you. It's only from your side you need to feel that connection. You need to feel that I belong to him and he belongs to me. As a principle, that's always there in us. And when you feel connected, it's everything happens in a very subtle way. You know the story of Dakshinamurti, when there's these Sapta Rishis who waited for 84 years for this little boy to give them knowledge. He would come every day and then just walk past them, just walk past them, just walk past them. And then finally, after 84 years, he came and sat on his stone, and these people all sat around him and then just looked at each one of them. In that glance, they all became enlightened. It is. So you don't need words or techniques or anything. When that connection is so deep, a glance is enough. That's why it's called Dakshinamurti. Daksha means skill. That skill of handling life comes to you like this. Hmm? So feel that connection of the Guru. Feel that this is called sixth element. The Mahat element is called the sixth element, also called as the sixth sense is called as the sense of presence, which is beyond the five senses. So feeling the presence, feel the presence of the Guru in your life, and that will do wonders. Okay. Jai Guru.